What's up, y'all? Nick K here. Today is day 48 of the bodybuilding prep. We have 32 more days till our NPC, which is the National Physique Committee debut in that federation of bodybuilding. So we've signed up and registered for 6 classes: true novice, novice, as well as open for bodybuilding and classic physique. So the goal is to hopefully sweep this show, the local show, qualify for nationals, and if we qualify for nationals on this October 4th show, we'll be able to go another step further December 12th and try and attempt an IFBB Pro card. So that is the current roadmap of the bodybuilding career. And right now, we're just going to have to take it show by show. And yeah, so we got a nice pull day today. It's currently 8:35 p.m. I never work out this late, but yeah, I just pretty much just sat around all day. I got some like new camera gear, so I was like testing it out. And I was trying to like video record with like 2 cameras on like one tripod, and it was just so hectic. I was like in analysis paralysis. So I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't have 3 scoops of non-stimulant pre-workout. So I had 3 scoops of non-stimulant pre-workout for this workout. So we're gonna have a killer back day, feel nice, feel good. And this is a voiceover because my boy Colby Young, shout out Colby, one of my best friends, he got me these DJI mini mics. So I used to have the DJI mics, the original ones, and the way it worked, it just didn't fit in my camera, so it was just like super bad. But super excited to take you guys through this as well as with the new lens. But let's get after it. Yeah, so one thing I like to practice before my upper body days is shoulder internal and external rotation. So that's like grabbing a band, doing these, really work on that shoulder mobility. And I also like to get a good stretch in my lats. So really just loosening up the shoulders and lats. That upper shoulder cradle too, I think is massive for this big pull day we are cooking today. So, but yeah, yesterday we were in Grand Central Station, and now today we are in Las Vegas. So pretty chill. The wedding overall was super fun. And by the time I was on my last meal prep for the trip, I had such a hit of dopamine. It was crazy. Just because it was another successful, disciplined wedding where I was able to abide to an extent by all the food prep that I bought and my coach. So the only cheat meals that I had were like 3 plates of cucumbers, celery, like 2 slices of carrots, um, a liquid IV sugar free, which is like 15 calories. And that's all I cheated on with my diet. So besides like carbonated water and all that. So very successful one. And we got one more wedding come November. So we'll be locked in, y'all. So the first movement of this pull day is rack pulls. And before this bodybuilding prep, I'll be honest, I never did rack pulls. and I never deadlifted because I was super hesitant. I've injured my back deadlifting before around 8 years ago when I was a sophomore in high school. And I heard Joe Rogan say this once, but he said with deadlifting, it's a lift with high risk, low reward. And my peanut sized brain stuck to that ever since I heard that. And then when I signed up for my bodybuilding coach, he actually had me doing like deadlifts and rack pulls. So with that, my back and my lower back and everything started coming together with these. But yeah, if I were to give you guys like the three biggest tips to growing a back, number one, invest in these wrist wraps right here. Like these ones are pretty solid. Honestly, way better than like the straps. And then number two, rack pulls. Number three, weighted pull-ups. That is the holy trinity to growing a big back. So I think I could set these safeties down lower, but yeah, want to brace at the bottom, focus on using your lats. So when you do these, you want them to go down to like to 75% to 50% of your shin. We'll do 75. But yeah, so I used to be super hesitant just because my lower back is sensitive to lifts like these just due to prior injury and ego lifting. But if you do these with proper form, use the wraps, and also rack pulls are a lot easier on the lower back, and I feel more in my back. So yeah, one of my new favorite back workouts. Oh, nice. So we got 415 on the bar. We're gonna try to rack pull this, y'all. Come on, come on. Nope. That's all I'm cooking on that. Yeah, I think I got more cooking actually after that. So We did it, Reddit. Yeah, I've not done a lot of calisthenics since the bodybuilding prep, so sometimes I like to squeeze in muscle ups here and there just to make me feel again. Yeah, one thing I'm definitely gonna have to focus on for bodybuilding is posing, number one. Number two, conditioning. So my main gripe with posing is that I suck at activating my glutes and my hamstrings. So I'm gonna have to get good at that. And then I just need to come in dry, come in lean. So yeah, been practicing that every day though. So it's been chill. So this machine here is the Panada plate loaded lat pull down. And honestly, this is one of my favorite back movements. So with this one, you can't go really too heavy, or I don't, because on this one, there's like a perfect amount of weight where I feel tension on like my lat pulling down and out that way rather than just pulling down this way. So I think about sweeping my elbow out and down. So I'll show you. Instead of just thinking about pulling down, I want to go down and out. So hopefully you might be able to tell, but instead of pulling down, I'm trying to pull outwards. Another life hack I like to do for my back workouts is instead of gripping like with my thumb under, I like to grip with my thumb over. So like OGs grip like this rather than like this. Grip your thumb over. That was 15 reps on that. That's one thing my mind is still trying to like wrap its head around is like the 12 to 15 rep range. I feel like all my life I've been like a power lifter and just like ate and lifted for strength. And I just did crazy ass workout. Fell in the habits of doing crazy ass workouts, so I was like pretty lean. But yeah, my heaviest y'all was like 2 years ago. I did like 60 days of like straight carnivore, no drinking. For breakfast, I would have one steak, five eggs, one liver. For dinner, I'd have like two chicken breasts and a steak. It was crazy. I ended up bulking from like 175 to my heaviest ever, which is 185. And I was the strongest I ever was and the leanest I ever was. And then the last 2 years, I've been like slimming down. So I'd say like a year ago, I was like 175. Then I started doing a lot more calisthenics and powerlifting. Still the same powerlifting, but incorporating more calisthenics. handstands, trying to learn the planche. So then I lost more weight, went down to like 170-ish. And then yeah, now I'm like a buck 60 during this prep. So yeah, one tip too for your back workouts is learning to find balance between your vertical pulls as well as your horizontal pulls. So ooh, on those last reps, I really tried to lengthen under tension and squeeze. So also, if you're just starting to learn how to do these, I would recommend going light at first and getting the feel of mind muscle connection. So we're gonna finish with some biceps, heavy sets with 40-pound dumbbells, then do some barbells, and then do some cable curls, burnouts. So let's get it. Yeah, guys, I'm at the point of the workout where usually sometimes I just don't talk, but I'm gonna try to get better at talking just because my boy Colby got me this mic. So yeah. All right, I'm at 1%. So Just kidding. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the lift. Cheers, y'all.